The next tool I'm going to show you is a really powerful tool for doing something a bunch of times, and it's called a for loop. Okay, and what a for loop does is it takes some range, so we're going to say for x in range, let's say 0, 15, okay, and what it's going to do is it's going to keep doing something and count up x until it gets to 15. Okay, and then once x gets to 15, it's going to stop. Okay, so we're going to print something after the loop is over, so we can see when it ends. And then in the for loop, we're going to print the value for x. So it's going to cycle through this, printing the value for x, then increasing it and up until it gets to 15. Okay, should start from 0, then go all the way to 15. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up all the way to 14, and then it says the loop is over. Okay, and so on the face of it, just seeing this might not seem that useful a tool, but it's very powerful because we can do lots and lots of things with it. Okay, and it allows us to repeat things without making a really extensive code, like putting in a ton of lines of code to repeat it each time. Because you could also do this by printing this same line of like print x and add 1 to it, print x, add 1 to it, and be like 15 lines of code long. We could do it right here in these 2 lines. Okay, and then let's say something else. Maybe we want to count all the numbers that are even. So we're going to say that y is equal to 0. So we're going to create a variable called y. We'll call it evens. Okay. And we're going to basically count the numbers that are even. And so we're going to say if. So we're going to check if x is even. The way you do that is if x percent 2. So if x modulo 2 is equal to 0, that means it would be even. So in that case, we're going to say evens equals evens plus 1. And then we're going to print evens. Okay? And we don't need to print x here. Okay? And so we're going to run it. And it says we get 8 even numbers. If we make this equal to 20, so it's counting 0 as an even number, by the way. And that's up for debate. But, because it never actually gets to 20 here. If you look, if we print x as we do this, okay, it never gets to 20. It says we have 10 evens. But it's counting 0 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? We could also have it only print x if x is even. So print x. So now this is only going to print if x is an even number. So it just prints all the evens and then tells us how many evens there were. Okay? And so I hope you're starting to see how useful this for tool could be. This is something when we get into robotics we're going to use a lot of if we want to repeat something multiple times. Okay, and what's really good is that we can make this an input. Okay, so we'll say number equals integer, convert to an integer, get an input from the user. Okay, we'll say type a number, and then we'll replace this with that number. Okay, so when we run it, instead of saying to 20, we'll say to 100, and there you go. Counts all the evens up to 100. Okay. So anyway, I'll let you explore it. That's the for loop.